Well. I thought that when Nick Saban left Alabama, that Georgia and Auburn, LSU, and all of our main rivals was going to beat the shit out of Alabama. Alabama wasn't going to be anything anymore because it ain't Alabama that we have a problem with. It's a Nick Saban problem. And yet all of our big rivals outside of Tennessee have not been able to beat Alabama without Nick Saban. Yeah, we lost some games last year we weren't supposed to, but the main ones that have been running their mealy little mouths for the last 2 years and for the last 17 years, really, of Nick Saban, haven't really been able to back it up. And I said this 2 years ago when Saban retired. What y'all going to do? Is the great Hulk Hogan once said. What you going to do, college football, when Alabama doesn't have Nick Saban and they beat your ass? What's your excuse now, Georgia? What's your excuse? Y'all talk all that smack. Oh, we don't play y'all enough in Georgia, although we play y'all in the SEC title game in Atlanta every single time. And we beat y'all every single time. Alabama is like, I think 11-1 now, the last 12 games, or 11 and might be 11-2 or something like that. Regardless, for two teams that are both in the top 5 all the time, you think things would even themselves out, but they hadn't. It's been a real good banner day for me in college football land. The Georgia hedge pitchers once again pissed themselves between the hedges. Y'all just knew y'all had it this time. There's no way in hell that Alabama's going to come into Athens and beat us at night. We got you this time. We got you. Yeah, y'all beat us last year. Y'all got lucky. Yada, yada, yada. Y'all had some Bryant Denny, and we come back from 28 down. You got lucky. Well, guess we got lucky again. You know how the old saying goes, better to be lucky than to lose, right? But let's see who's in the house. I already sent y'all an invite, a few of y'all to be in here if y'all want to be on the show. Anybody that wants to be on the show that's been here before, if you want to be on the show, I'll be more than happy to put you up in here. Also, if you want to donate to the show, Money Dollar JPC, Money Dollar sign JPC 316 is at the bottom of this scroll. That's the only way I can get donations and that kind of thing. Super chats I don't have because they demonetized my channel for resharing Charlie Kirk videos. But as the once great Vince McMahon said, he's not great anymore because he got caught up in a scandal. But here he is right here. Georgia, you got no chance. No chance in hell. That's what you got. Well. If it ain't no breeze into his house. Hate your LSU excuse me. Hate your LSU Tigers lost today. But other than that, it's been a banner day for me in college football. Well, we got team win, but Oregon won. We got a lot of Oregon people in here. Penn State got their ass handed to them at the whiteout. You can't beat Penn State and Georgia on the road at night, right?
Well, the funny thing is, those were some of the games we picked last night, and we were both on the right side of all three of those games. We both picked Oregon, we both picked Alabama, and we both picked Ole Miss. So it happened the way we projected it.
Yeah.
I'm not terribly surprised. Something's wrong with Brian Kelly's offense has regressed at LSU. It's getting worse.
Well, what surprised me about Brian Kelly is he just straight up dropped Garrett Nussmeier's name in the press conference and blamed him. Par for course for Brian. I mean, I think that was a pretty shitty thing to do, but okay.
I didn't hear that. But that doesn't surprise. Does that surprise you? Doesn't surprise me.
I mean, I've had coaches say, hey, the offense needs to perform better. The offense didn't do what they were supposed to do. Once again, we got to get that corrected. But he name dropped. He specifically named Garrett Nussmeier as the problem. I just don't think it's a good look. I don't think that Brent Venables would do that. I don't think Nick Saban would do that. I don't think Kalen DeBoer would do that.
Hell no. No, that would not happen. I don't think
Ed Orgeron would do that.
That's a weak move. But again, doesn't surprise me. But Brian Kelly, man, I just don't. That guy, he's obviously not a terrible coach. He's won. You know, he's not doing necessarily a great job at LSU, but he's won at the other stops where he's been. But I've never thought he was a great coach.
He can't win the big games, man, when
Right.
he needs to. He can win big games,
Great
but he
coach.
never follows those big wins up with consistent big wins and winning national championships or even conference championships for that matter. He made the SEC title game, but he lost. So
yeah, no, it's he's just not a fan. I'm just not a fan. But to your point, it was a great day of football today. First of all, the Crimson Nations are both going to move up in the polls. With some of the losses that took place today, Oklahoma may find itself in the top 5 of the AP without playing this week. That's always fun.
You know what's amazing is Alabama dropped 3 spots when they weren't playing.
Did they really?
Yeah, we was 14th, and they dropped us 3 spots this week.
Well, maybe they'll do the same thing to Oklahoma then.
No, they ain't going to do that shit to Oklahoma. They did it to Alabama because they just knew. This is the year that Alabama gets put down. That shit's going to go away. No, it's not. It's never going to go away. Just like Oklahoma and just like Ohio State. Those programs don't go away. Some of them you don't like, but they're going to be there, man, regardless. They'll have a few down years, but they're always going to come back up to the top.
Well, and it's because football is just means just a little bit more at those places. And that's just the truth. That's just the truth of what it is.
Yeah, and USC, man, they lost.
That's the one I want to talk about, too.
The damn Skittle shitters done shit the bed again, man. And this one I thought they were through embarrassing themselves. They lose to an Illinois team. They lost Illinois last week. It would have been fine because Illinois is ranked in the top 10. But Illinois got beat 63-10. Man.
By an Indiana team that struggled to beat Iowa in the last part of the fourth quarter.
That's one I did get wrong. I thought Iowa might be able to sneak the upset there.
Well, I wouldn't have been surprised there either. I will tell you this. The more I'm learning about that coach in Indiana, Cignetti, I kind of like him. He's always in a bad mood after in his press conferences. He never allows himself or the team to talk highly about themselves. I kind of dig the guy.
Was that not a ballsy play by DeBoer to pass that ball to get that first down?
Oh yeah, that was money.
Sort of reminded me of Lane Kiffin today in a way. Not to pile on you or anything, but Lane Kiffin went for 4th and 3 down there. You know, let me show y'all something real quick. Let's see if you agree with this. You know, the old saying goes, a picture says what?
1,000 words.
1,000 words. This probably says more than 1,000 words, I would think. Let's see if y'all can see this real quick. Let me tell me, Killer Breeze, if you can see this. The hell does that look like?
Somebody's daddy.
Somebody's ass is owned. Somebody, y'all don't live rent-free in our head. Really? Really? I don't know, man. 1 in 11.
By the way, can I just tell you that going back to old Stinky Linky, I was so disappointed. You know, it's been a while since Lincoln's been the coach, so you tend to forget things as time passes by. And so when I first turned on the USC-Illinois game, Illinois was comfortably up by 10. Looked like they were going to go down the field and score again. And I was like, oh, this is great. Lincoln Riley getting beat down. That's awesome by the team that just got skull dragged by Indiana 63-10. And then what do you know? Here comes Illinois. I even texted you. Well, it looks like Illinois is trying to give this damn thing away. They go fumble on the goal line. They start allowing USC to start driving right down the field. Score 2 touchdowns. Next thing you know, they take the lead. And I'm like, God dang it. Here we go. They're going to get lucky and they're going to win the game. But you know what I forgot about? I forgot about the fact that Lincoln Riley has no defense. Lincoln Riley is horrible at clock management. And I forgot about the fact that he left 2 minutes on the clock, and of course he's going to choke the lead away. That's what Lincoln Riley does.
Before we get to the good Alabama stuff, what you're saying right there, I got something pulled on cue for that, just for you, because I knew that you would. It just makes it probably does your old heart good to see Stinky Linky struggling with all those things that you just said, right?
Of course.
So let me pull this down real quick, and let me pull something else up that you might enjoy, and then we'll get to the Alabama stuff, and we'll rub it in on the hedge pissers as well, because they deserve it. They're some of the worst fans too. I'll be honest with you.
I don't know a lot about Georgia.
They run around there with the Georgias and Tennessees of the world. But anyway, this is the play that you probably relish today the most as an Oklahoma fan. You see that?
Yes.
Here we go. From 41 yards away. Clean snap, good hold, it's up, and good! Illinois wins on a last-second walk-off.
One more time. Just one more time. Just one more time.
From 41 yards away.
Here we go.
Clean snap, good hold, it's up. Good.
Whoa! Oh, that's gotta hurt.
On a last second.
You know what's great? Is that when Lincoln Riley first went over to USC, I'm not gonna lie, I was obsessed. I was constantly listening to USC podcasts, and I was irritated because they were all talking about him like he was the second coming. And of course, I would jump into comment sections and try and let people know, like, you guys think this dude is some kind of special hire. Like, you guys just took away our biggest problem we've had in a long time. And I know we all, and I wasn't the only one. There were tons of Sooner fans doing the same thing, letting them know that, hey, you guys think you came out ahead here. You just did us a favor. And now here we are 4 years down the road, and that program has just gone backwards. They're not in the top 25. They've fooled themselves. Every year we hear how the defense has been fixed. Every year it's the same thing. His offense is not even what it used to be. So that was the one thing that he had going for him, was he always had a potent offense. That's not really even the case anymore. I think it's fair to say that the things we were telling USC fans about old Lincoln Riley, I think it's fair to say that history has proved us right. And like we all were saying, we're better off.
Well,
we're better off.
One good thing to come out of that whole Lincoln Riley situation for me in Oklahoma. That's where mine and Oklahoma's love affair began.
That's right. I was going to say that, actually. Without
Lincoln Riley pulling that shit, me and Oklahoma fans are never on the same page, because we used to have a little bit of a war going on back in the day. Bob Stoops would stick it to our ass. He'd call a shot and then turn around and do it to us. But I think Ty Simpson wanted to say something to the Georgia hedge pissers. Let's see what Ty has to say here. Can you see that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Watch out.
See ya.
Watch out.
He's doing the little pageantry wave.
Well, it looked like for a little while, it looked like Georgia had all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Alabama was struggling to move the ball a little bit. So I was a little worried, to be honest with you. And then just like they had in the first half, they kind of moved the ball at will, and then they got right back to that and started moving the ball right down the field. So
I hate to keep expounding on the bad officiating, but the officiating pisses me off all the time, man. Not just in my game, but There were a couple of pass interference calls that should have been called. Herbstreit was like, yeah, he had his arm all over the left side of his body, but in a game like this, it's hard to call something like that. Like, no, it's not. If it's pass interference, call the shit. If we'd done that shit, they would have called it.
No doubt. No doubt. The officiating is never good, man. It's never good. And by the way, another great thing about today is that old Auburn, the old barn monkeys, they
that's
took
another
a
one I
loss.
forgot about. It's
They
been a
took a
great
loss
day.
today too.
It's been a great day in my neighborhood.
Yeah,
The damn barn monkeys lost. I'm glad you reminded me.
that's
I
right.
did, we warned them. Maybe y'all need to move on from the trauma that Oklahoma caused and concentrate your efforts on the all-male cheerleaders down there in the cult section of Texas. You better concentrate on A&M because if you don't, you're going to get your ass beat. And they got their ass beat.
Well, and they didn't even. I mean, their offense. When you want to talk about regressing, once again, their offense looked pretty anemic. They struggled to put 10 points on the board. Or did they even put 10? Did they end up with 10, or did they end up only with 3?
10.
They did end up with
16
10.
to 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Alabama, for whatever reason, couldn't score anything. They scored 24 in the first half. That's been something that's been an indictment upon DeBoer sometimes. He'll score a lot of points in the first half, and then he'll just pull it in. For whatever reason.
Yeah, well, I don't know what happened in the third quarter. It was like a totally different team.
I mean, we just were holding on for dear life. Georgia just they got behind the 8 ball just a little too much, and that one turnover they had deep ended up costing them the game because we got a field goal out of that. We missed a field goal too, by the way. And then they'll probably come back, well, that guy was wide open. He dropped the ball. We should have beat you. Yeah, but we had a guy that was wide open and dropped the ball too in the first quarter. Ryan Williams, once again, with his Caleb Williams fingernails, dropped the damn ball. Him and his little anxiety doll, man. Quit painting your damn fingernails. Maybe you can hang on to the ball, man.
That's right. That's right.
Would surprise to see Ryan Williams in the future, maybe on some kind of one of those dating shows with Caleb Williams or something. I don't know, man. That shit aggravates me a little bit. I know he's on my team, but it shit aggravates me just a little bit. It's
so bizarre, man, that's kind of a thing with I mean, let's face it, it's not just Ryan Williams, it's Caleb Williams, there's
something in the Williams.
I don't know how it may not be a big thing, a huge number, but I mean, considering that when you and I grew up, you saw none of that, and now to see it even more than once suggests that it's just kind of a thing, man. Like, you gotta, not to get off the subject of college football here, because I don't want to go down this rabbit hole, but it is kind of the feminization of males in our society. Like, that is definitely a thing. They're trying to do that.
Well, they're trying to jump on board that bandwagon a little late, because I feel like the worm's turning on all that shit. The transgenders are catching big blowback these days. Blow may not be the word I need to use in that sentence, but can you see this thing I got pulled up here?
Yeah.
This was the play of the game. Alabama could just run the ball and play a little conservative and punted the ball. Instead, they went out. And if you're going to do a pass play like this is the kind of pass play you need to do. You don't need to go down the field or anything with the risk of a drop. But this was.
I thought you were going to actually make the play when they threw that long pass completion to get that first down.
That one right there, that was the game winner. That's why I played that one. I mean, they could have just ran the ball, punted it, but I'm glad they didn't, because Georgia only needed a field goal.
Yeah.
If that game goes to overtime, Georgia probably wins, in my opinion.
I don't know. It was like I said, man, in the first half, it was all Bama, really. And then, somehow Georgia got all of the momentum in the third quarter and the kind of the beginning of the fourth, but then Bama came back to what they were in the first half again.
You see it shit happen all the time in football, man. You see a ton of points scored in the first half, and then they'll come out in the second half, and they always attribute it to adjustments. I don't understand it, man. How you can go and both teams score 38 points in the first half, and then come out on and score 7.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just mind-boggling. W.J.W. Willow says that was so unselfish. He slides down. Beautiful. Stayed in bounds. Yes. Lots of times those players will get greedy, try to run down the field and run out of bounds and screw us. But that was a great play.
It was very good awareness and know what the hell, where he's at, what's going on in the game. A lot of times, you know, those can be critical mistakes when you don't do those things.
Man, I was raising hell. I was raising hell during the game because there was a couple of times where the offense was doing good. We were doing the regular pass formations and eating Georgia's ass up. Nothing special, nothing fancy. And then we'd pull these damn trick plays out of the hat. Now, one of them worked. That pass play to the damn offensive lineman, that was pretty epic. I don't know if you saw that, but that was pretty epic.
Yeah, I did. It was. I mean, listen, man, DeBoer is a good coach. You know, he's a good coach. He has won everywhere he's been. And I said it, you know, the fact that he went 9-4 last year, I don't, you know, that's not a surprise to me, man. He was following the footsteps of Nick Saban, and it didn't matter who that was going to be. That first year, there was going to be an adjustment. So it looks like he's rebounded pretty damn well from the loss to Florida State, and it'll be an improvement on last year, I'm sure. And Bama's right back where they're right back at the top where they've been for a long time.
Some of the plays I didn't understand, the offense was running smooth, and they just pulled some gadget play out that just screwed up the whole momentum of the drive, man. But this is the play I was talking about here. This is the only one that really worked, that a lot of people are really hyping up, and a lot of people love this play right here.
Yeah, that was awesome.
You gotta love it for these big guys. They never get the ball.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was like one of them Refrigerator Perry plays back in our day. Remember Refrigerator Perry?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
That's the first thing I thought about, man. Except it's like Refrigerator Perry on an out route or some shit, man. He's just out there in the open, man. I was like, golly. Can you imagine trying to tackle that guy?
Well, you know, and Refrigerator Perry, who famously got the only rushing touchdown in the Super Bowl for the Chicago Bears. So he got the rushing touchdown, and their oh God, who was the Sweetness? What was their running back's name? Jesus, why can't I remember that guy's name? The running back for the 85 Chicago Bears. Someone in the chat, help me out.
Walter Payton.
Walter Payton, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Sweetness. That's what I said. So yeah, Sweetness did not get that was one of the big regrets of Ditka, was that he didn't give Payton he gave the rushing attempt to Refrigerator instead of Payton. But yeah, they ran that play several times during their 85 Super Bowl campaign, and he was. Remember how much bigger he was than most people playing at the time? He wouldn't be that much bigger than everyone else now, but he was a lot bigger than everybody else at the time.
Thunder U Center said Georgia had the running game going in the second half. Yeah, they did. They just didn't win the game. So they can have that running game going all they want. As long as they keep losing Alabama, I'm happy. I seriously thought to myself, surely they're going to win this game. They've been talking about they can't get us in Athens and yada, yada, yada. They can't get us in Georgia, although they play us in the SEC title game in Atlanta every single time. But okay, we'll go with that. And they get us in Athens, and they still can't beat us. What's the deal here? From an outsider looking in, I'm a little biased, but from your perspective, what is it about Georgia and Alabama? What do you think the problem is with Georgia not being able to get over the Alabama hump?
I think in a lot of rivalries, one team just has the other team's number either throughout the entire rivalry or for long periods of time, you know. And Bama just has Georgia's number right now, man. I mean, what is it? 7-1 in the last 8 games or something like that? Isn't that the record in the last 8 times they played? Hasn't Bama only lost one time?
It's like 1-11 last 12.
No, it's more than that.
It was 1-10. It was 1-10 until tonight. Now I think it's either 1-11 or 2-11. Regardless, that's a big discrepancy for two teams that are in the top 5.
Absolutely.
And it'd be different if they were Vanderbilt or Mississippi State, something like that.
Absolutely.
But, you know, these two are supposed to be pretty evenly matched, and for some reason, even without Saban, they still can't beat Alabama. And they swore down it was a Saban thing.
Remember back in the 90s when Philip Fulmer and Tennessee were actually pretty good and Spurrier was dominating at Florida, and Florida-Tennessee was one of the big matchups, if that was the big matchup in the East back then. Georgia wasn't as good. And Florida, Peyton never beat Florida as the quarterback at Tennessee. They didn't finally beat him until they had T. Martin. So sometimes a team just has the other team's number. And for whatever reason, Alabama is Kirby's kryptonite. You know?
He coached here for 9 years.
It is ironic.
That he can't, and we're the one that, you know, probably got him that job.
Yeah.
Dalton Mann says, I was watching this game and could see you smiling all the way from the Philippines, OCF. I wasn't smiling there towards the end, man. I was just like, man, I was pissed because I'm like, I just can't understand it. I'm like, you scored 24 points in the first half and you can't score at least a touchdown in the second half? I just don't get it.
Well,
I hate to look a gift horse in the mouth, but damn.
It is frustrating when you're always hoping that you're going to put up some kind of similar production in the second half. Just, you know, when you put up a good amount of production in the first half. So when it doesn't happen, it's frustrating. It makes you wonder, you know. But
Georgia, just like Oklahoma owns Auburn. Yeah, the Auburn and Oklahoma series gives an all new meaning to 0-4.
Well, you know, I just can't believe
5 next time.
I can't believe how much they're still whining about the play.
They probably, to be honest with you, they probably are right now accusing y'all of making them lose to A&M.
That's what I guarantee you somewhere on Auburn fan radio or on some Auburn podcasts right now, they are blaming Oklahoma because since we cheated them with that one trick play, that messed up their mental game, which caused them to lose to A&M. Somebody's saying that right now on an Auburn podcast.
Hugh Freeze and Gus Malzahn are like two peas in an effed up pod, man. They're like butt buddies. I mean, Gus Malzahn was his protege, and now his mentor is coaching his former team. And they the ones that was always pulling those kind of plays out of their ass. I showed you a video of them doing that shit.
Yeah.
Which was actually more blatant. It was actually against the rules what they did. What Oklahoma did wasn't against the rules. Just so y'all know. Y'all can't say, oh, well, they just got away with it. No, they didn't get away with shit. Because he asked the referee if it was a penalty. And the referee said nope. And there went the ball. You know, maybe just send someone out there to cover him. That might help. You know?
Well, it's you know, it's just one of it's just one of those things that I'm really genuinely surprised that they are that fragile, you know, and it's going to be fun. I'm going to go listen to some Auburn podcasts later tonight, tomorrow morning.
Yeah, they're gonna say that shit. I can tell you right now. The first when you find one that's doing that, they're probably this is what they're gonna be. They're gonna be like, well, if we hadn't have got screwed in that Oklahoma game,
Yeah,
our players would have been in the right mindset going down to College Station. We would have probably won both these games.
that's right. That's right. I know. That's somebody's saying that right now on an Auburn podcast. I guarantee it.
I'm curious.
Right wing Duck fan says great games tonight. That's right. That was a great win. Great Oregon win. Dan Lanning looked like he was on meth after the game, dude. He was so jacked up talking about the win and how excited he was. It's pretty cool to see that. Lanning seems to be the real deal. It's kind of funny to me that Oregon is dominating the Big Ten unlike they ever dominated the Pac-12. They had some good runs in the Pac-12, but I mean, hell, they won the league last year. They just beat Penn State in Penn State. You know,
it was a great day in the neighborhood, man. I mean,
Yeah.
just like you said last night, I didn't think me and you would get every single game right, but you know what? We did.
That's
And
right.
that's why we are the home of the Common Joe and the Common Sally in the know, even more so than all the media talking heads, because we know what the hell we're talking about, man.
That's exactly
We
right.
live for this shit. We're passionate. We don't have a prompt telling us what to say in here.
We make you money.
Alabama won. Oregon won. USC lost to a pretty shitty Illinois team. And
Ole Miss.
what I understand, Con-Time has let BYU come back and get back into the game.
Oh, tell me that's not true.
That'll be a cherry on top right there. If I can get Con-Time to
on.
lose again to the Mormons, 2
Come
years in a
on.
row to the Mormons. Really? You can't beat the Mormons? Come on, man.
It is 14-10 early in the third quarter. That's
There you
pretty
go.
awesome.
And at BYU handing them their ass last year, you get beat by a bunch of polygamists. Got their 8 wives out there beating your ass.
Dude, how about Mississippi State
Mississippi
pushing?
State should have won that game.
Yes, they should have. Yes, they should have.
Look at Jeff Lebby.
Dude, I was kind of. I mean, man, in a weird way, I have a little bit of animosity towards Jeff Lebby. You know, I don't think we treated him very well. I don't think the fans treated him very well from the get-go, even before Art Briles showed up at an Oklahoma game. But I also don't think that he really cared about Oklahoma clearly, and he did not help us by leaving on our first year to the SEC. But that said, I'm still kind of pulling for him. You know, I still kind of want to see him bring Mississippi State back to being at least respectable again.
Was he the offensive coordinator for the 10-3 year?
Yes.
Well, that's what I remember about Jeff Lebby instead of him leaving Oklahoma part. I mean, he left for an SEC job. So, I mean, it ain't like he left for chopped liver. Not like he went to Bowling Green.
No, I understand that, but I think that the original plan, I always think he was going to leave to go be a head coach, that it was never going to be a long-term thing. But I definitely don't think the plan was that he was going to leave when their first year to the SEC. I think he probably committed to like 4 years, you know, kind of not necessarily in writing, but that was kind of, I think, the agreement. Hey, man, why don't you come be the OC, you know, get us going, get us through the first year or two in the SEC, and then, you know, go be a head coach somewhere.
Well, there was probably a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff, you know, especially with his father-in-law and stuff. I think that rubbed him the wrong way.
Absolutely. 100%. I no question about it. There's no question about it. It was so bizarre because by chance, an old Jeff Lebby short popped into my feed on YouTube, and it was him when he was addressing the media after the Art Briles incident, and he was apologizing for it. And dude, you can see it on his face. He's not happy about it. You know what I mean? So he said all the right things, and I mean, I do appreciate that. I do appreciate the fact that he wasn't he could have been a dick about it, but he wasn't.
going to go back to comment real quick. I meant to address this. WJW Willow says, I bet Uncle Lou's head's about to explode.
I thought it was Auntie Louise.
Yeah, that's what I was fixing to say. Who in the hell is Uncle Lou? Y'all mean to say, I told y'all his new name is Auntie Louise now. So y'all go on over to his little show because I know that's where everybody's at. And I don't blame y'all. I'd want to go over and watch him lose his shit too, you know, because I'm sure he's over there pissing his little panties. And but y'all go tell him that he may know me as JPC, but y'all go tell him that the outlaw said that his name is still Auntie Louise, and I still know that he blocked me because I called him a hedge pisser. So there you go.
But isn't he a hedge pisser?
Yeah, exactly. What did I do wrong?
No, he's a hedge pisser. That's a
That's a
fact.
derogatory name. And you call me a muckball licker. You goddamn right I did.
Considering how rude he is to other programs, are you kidding me? Nothing is off limits with that guy.
Yeah, well, he's a piece of crap, man. And why people listen to him, I don't know why people. I know why they listen to him. It's like watching the Jerry Springer show, man, or watching a car wreck. You know, the guys. I'm not making this up. He can get mad if he wants to, and I may be off by how many, but he's had numerous DUIs. He had like 3 or 4 DUIs. He was driving to go supposedly beat some guy up that trashed him on his show about his family or some shit, and he was driving to go beat this guy up, and he got pulled over by the cops, and he got like his third or fourth DUI.
Yeah, that was like last year, wasn't it?
He got put in jail or something. I'm like, what's the state laws in Georgia? Because here in Alabama, if you get a second DUI, your ass goes to prison. Just saying, they're really strict about that shit here in Alabama.
Wasn't that like last year?
Yeah,
it wasn't that long ago.
because he's off the air for a little while, man. He was in jail.
But is Auntie Louise some kind of a big dude or something? He doesn't come off as a big guy in his videos.
Have you seen him?
Is he some kind of an ass kicker?
Have you seen him?
No.
You've never seen him. He's not
No.
very big, man. He's not a big
That's
dude.
what I'm saying. I've only seen him on his YouTube videos, and he
If I
doesn't
had to
look big
guess,
at all.
He's probably about, and I'm not making shit up. I'm not trying to troll. He's probably about 5'6", 5'5", maybe 5'7" or 5'8", and I'd say he probably weighs about 145, 150 pounds.
Yeah,
Maybe
what it looks
160 if he's lucky. But you know, I know the size don't mean nothing because you got these MMA fighters out there that weigh probably 125 pounds that whip my ass.
No, that's a fact.
But he's not one of those guys. Just saying.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He
He
doesn't
runs
come
his
off.
mouth a lot and says a lot of bullshit that, you know, be the kind of person that he is. Just saying.
He does not come off as a tough guy. That's a fact.
He'd probably be one of them guys, and I'm not the kind of guy that usually throws the first punch, but he'd probably be one of them guys that would probably get me just slap the piss out of him. I'd probably throw the first, man, because he just said some dumb-ass shit. It's not even good smack talk, man. It's not even, to me, it's not even worth it. I don't understand how you got so many damn viewers, but I guess, like I said, it's like watching Jerry Springer.
To some degree, it is. That's definitely part of the draw. I don't really watch his channel that much. I just don't know a ton about him. I just don't.
Well, Sean
Doesn't,
James,
it doesn't appeal to me.
I'm glad me and Killer Breeze have rubbed off on a few people to the right side of this world because that's his name, Auntie Louise.
Auntie Louise, that's right. Auntie
Forever.
Louise.
As Randy Travis would say, forever and ever, amen.
That's
Yeah.
right. I'm gonna love you forever and ever. Hey, Aunt Thunder says Auntie Louise is a liberal spastic. Is that true?
Yeah, that's another reason. I forgot, Thunder, you remind me. That same night, I said something about Donald Trump. And he's like, don't bring that MAGA shit in here and yada, yada, yada. I mean, him got into that.
Oh, God.
We got into it about that, too. And then I called him a hedge pisser. And then I called him a muckball licker. And then he's like, bam, and he damn blocked me, man. Can you believe he blocked me? He's supposed to be the man he's supposed to be a professional smack talker and have the
That's
thickest
what I'm
skin.
saying.
He's supposed to have thick skin, man, and he tapped out like a little queenie. He's just like, tap, tap. He's
That's
tapping
what
out, man. Tapping out.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's pretty weak considering
tapping
how
He's tapping out
pretty-
tonight too.
Yeah,
You gotta hate it for Georgia fans. I mean, seriously, I'm starting to feel sorry for him a little bit. Like, damn.
Oh no. There's no feeling sorry for them. It's just like I don't feel sorry for the barn monkeys at all. They're still crying about that damn play. And I mean it when I tell you with 100% certainty, I don't feel bad one single bit. I don't even see it as a cheating play. I see it as you guys were caught with your pants down, and this is why part of the reason why you suck at football.
The worst possible thing that can happen to a team when they have a couple bad losses to me is to be off a week, which is what Clemson was this week. And Auburn is off this week. But guess who Auburn plays in 2 weeks?
Who is that?
The Hedge Pistons.
Do they really?
Yeah. It just keeps getting worse for Auburn. Georgia's going to be a little unhinged, and they're probably going to beat the snot out of them, man.
Oh, yeah. Especially if that game is in Georgia.
Let me look and see where it's at. See, all right. Y'all, they played that game in Oklahoma, right? There's that A&M. Well, they get lucky, man. It's down there in the damn voodoo section of the state. It's in the barn. So they might have a slight chance because Georgia didn't really impress me today.
No, they can't. They can't move the ball, dude. Like, I feel so bad. I really feel bad for Jackson Arnold, man. I think the mental scars, or maybe he was just exposed. You know, I don't know. There's a theory that a lot of these high school quarterbacks that run the offenses that like Jackson ran, that they're really just kind of one read, you know, that do the RPO thing. They're really just kind of one read quarterbacks that they look that first read. If it's not there, they take off with the ball. And I haven't watched a lot of Jackson's high school tape. He was obviously very good. He was the Gatorade National Player of the Year. He was the Elite 11 MVP. So he was clearly had skills, but he does seem to have a real problem holding on to the ball and not being able to get through his reads, or at least not fast enough. And so I don't know if that was just always a problem or if he just got his confidence got so shaken at OU.
I wonder how many times he got sacked tonight.
I don't know.
Bet it wasn't 10.
I don't know, man.
And I know they took that one away, but I don't give a shit what you say. If you get sacked in the end zone and it's a safety, it just means you get bonus points for your sack.
Yeah, it was really
That's all it means to me.
It was really 11.
Thunder OU Sooner says Auntie Louise picked Alabama over Georgia. Well, I'm gonna tell you the reason why he done that is to cover his ass, because now he's like, you know, we're probably so much in his head, in the Georgia fans' head, that we're never gonna beat Alabama. So let's just say we're gonna lose, so we don't, you know, we can come back and say, well, we didn't think we was gonna win anyway.
Yeah.
When in reality, he probably thought they were gonna win. What do you think? You think he's just doing it to cover his ass?
Of course he thought they were going to win. They came in as the fifth-ranked team in the country. He probably thought they should have been higher than that. Yeah, he thought Georgia was going to win. I'm surprised he picked Bama. I see the point that you're making, but I'm surprised he's even sophisticated enough to move like that.
I think he did it. It's more of a cowardly type sleight of hand shit. He's like, well, if I pick Georgia, then if Alabama wins, and it's not like Alabama hadn't beat us before.
Yeah.
And then at least I can say, well, look, guys, I knew we were going to lose.
Yeah.
But Sean James said that Jackson Arnold was sacked 7 times tonight. He's going to get injured. And then Auburn's going to go to shit for real then, because their backup quarterback ain't that good.
Yeah, when you're taking this many sacks, that's 18 sacks in the last 2 games for Auburn, for Jackson Arnold. And that is not all because of the offensive line. That's a fact. That's just not what's going on, you know? I don't know how good A&M's defensive front is, they've obviously had some really good recruiting classes the last few years, but taking that many sacks, that's a Jackson Arnold problem too.
Dennis asked me, am I all right as far as my health? Yeah, I spent a few days in the hospital this past week, and I'm feeling a lot better today. I appreciate you asking. I'm glad I got out of the hospital in time for this. I'd hate to be in that stupid ass hospital, man, with the Georgia game going on.
Yeah.
Alpha Dragon Gaming's in the house. What's up? Yo, what's up, my brother? Alpha Dragon Gaming FTW used to have a channel himself. He says he's going to start it back up soon. If you decide to start it back up, man, just let me know. You can come on here with me and Killer Breeze, and we'll plug your channel.
So how are you feeling about Ty Simpson?
I think he's putting up some pretty good numbers. They're probably wouldn't be surprised to me if they start talking about Heisman. What do you think?
Good. He looked good. Outside of the third quarter, he looked good tonight, man. I mean, he throws a good ball, and he's obviously got he's got a great receiver in Ryan Williams, so he can not only put up some good numbers, but he might have quite a few. The Heisman there's always some style points involved. So if you have a handful of amazing plays to a wide receiver, that's only going to help your Heisman chances. And certainly
I saw a stat on that game where they said in that game they showed a stat about Ryan Williams. He's had the most drops of any wide receiver. He's talented, but
he does drop the ball a lot.
Oh man, he dropped a wide open ball in the first quarter. It would have been a sure touchdown.
He definitely drops the ball a lot, but let's also face it: when he catches the ball, he's fast as hell, and he has a damn good knack for getting.
I guess I get more pissed off because he's making so much money. He's 18 years old, making $7 or $8 million. Probably.
That's the game we live in now. That's just what it is. It is gonna. It is gonna be funny. Well, not funny, but what we're gonna start seeing is there's gonna be people like imagine a Tim Tebow if he comes through Florida now, a guy that never really had any legitimate chance at making big money in the NFL, but a guy like that who helped Florida win as much as he did and won a Heisman and as much as notoriety that he brought to Florida, he could have made life-changing, money and enough money to potentially retire on just having a college career. So we're going to start seeing that, a lot more now where kids are going to try to make that are not really going to have a chance at making it in the NFL, but just having to be great college players. That's where they're going to make their life-changing money.
It is life-changing money. I mean, a lot of these players, they know they're not going to be good enough to make an NFL long-term. They can just stay the full 4 years and make more money like that, right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
I'm trying to check on con time Deion Sanders. Might be able to do some bonus coverage. I might be able to bring up the con time game. Of course, they might get me in trouble for that. They might be like, oh, you're still in content.
BYU has taken the lead.
Well, damn. That's got to suck.
BYU has taken the lead.
Deion Sanders has yet to beat a team in the Power Four since his sons, Sakazulu Sanders and Travis Hunter left. He beat Wyoming last week, but Wyoming is a G5.
Yeah, there's a lot of time left now. There's 5 minutes left in the third quarter. So,
What's the score, 17-14?
Yes. The score is 17-14.
Well, now, that's got to suck for con time. He won't be here in 2 years.
Well,
I think he stayed over just to prove to everybody, hey, I'm not just all about coaching my sons and Travis Hunter. I'm a real coach.
Well, I heard somewhere that his health is actually really, bad. I mean, I know he's had some health issues. He's had to have some toes amputated, but I heard his health is really, really bad, and that maybe the reason why he's doing his coaching thing is that he knows he doesn't have a bunch of time left, and he wants to spend it, around the game. I don't know if that's true or not, but it would make a little bit of sense to me because I never really. I'm shocked. I said many times on your show that there was no way Deion was going to coach after his sons left, but I'm shocked. So, but the reason that I just gave, that would make a little sense to me on why he's still doing it.
So I wonder how your fellow LSU guy that comes in here a lot, I wonder how he's doing. I wonder if he's okay.
Big Stack?
Or Ryan Thibodeau, Big Stack Kelly, Big Cojones Kelly, known by a lot of things. A lot of aliases out there in the backwoods of Louisiana and the Cajun country.
Old Big Stack. Big Stack's probably not too happy tonight.
I wouldn't be happy either if I was stuck with Brian Kelly. The son of a bitch come out there and said that shit, man. I can't believe he come out there and just name dropped the player. I'm like, man.
That's pretty weak.
Like, damn, Brian, you don't think maybe it had something to do with the play calling? Maybe it was that, man. What do you think?
That's pretty weak.
I mean, sure enough, it probably is a lot of Nussmeier's fault, but you just shouldn't single out one player. I just don't see that as a good thing to do.
No. It's not a good thing to do. It certainly isn't going to help Nussmeier, that's for sure. And it's not going to help the relationship at all, which is not going to help Nussmeier. But I mean, again, man, it's par for the course with Brian Kelly. That is what I expect out of that guy. And he's going to be if LSU ends up having a few more losses this year, which it looks like, let's be honest, it looks like that might be the case. If that ends up happening, Brian Kelly is going to officially be on the hot seat because they're not going to. I don't think they're not going to keep him around long because he's not a great fit down there anyway. I don't think he likes it down there, and I don't think the people down there really like him.
What's the buyout?
That I don't know. That I don't know off the top of my head.
LSU is they're off this week. They play South Carolina in 2 weeks. South Carolina's been struggling, but I think they might have beat Kentucky tonight.
Does Alabama play LSU this year?
Yeah. They play November the 8th.
So LSU
plays
a few losses.
LSU plays South Carolina next. Then they play Vanderbilt. Normally that'd be a layup, but not anymore.
Where is that game?
That game's in Nashville.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Man, you should go.
That's potentially a problem, man.
Vanderbilt's fans don't show up, but they might now since they're winning.
Yeah.
I know they didn't show up in the Alabama game. I'm not sure how they were able to carry that goalpost down there to the river because they didn't have no fans in the stands. It was mostly Alabama people. Alabama people probably helped them. They probably like, hey, can you get Kalen DeBoer while you're at it, and we'll take him down there too.
That's great.
Well, after Vanderbilt, y'all play Texas A&M, and then you follow that up with Alabama and Arkansas, Western Kentucky, and then, of course, Oklahoma at the end.
So they probably struggle with A&M. They probably lose to Bama, and I think that they lose to Oklahoma because it's going to be on the road.
Yeah, and they could lose to A&M. A&M's looking pretty good.
That's what I'm saying. So he's already got a loss on the year. He might have 2 or 3 more, and if he finishes the year 8-4, especially considering how much hype there was around LSU potentially with Nussmeier coming back, he will not he will officially be on the hot seat. The fans down there, there'll be a good number of them calling for his job.
I got it right here for you. Says here, LSU coach Brian Kelly's buyout is approximately $61.7 million as of 2024.
Now, I will say this. With the NIL now and paying the players, you know, buyouts are going to be even harder. And when they're big numbers like that, you know, places like USC and LSU, they might just be stuck with what they got, you know, until that
Well,
contract.
they were talking about on that Craning company that some of them are a little different in how they're paid out. Like Alabama could do it with the board because it's paid out monthly.
Yeah, well. Storm 4601 says our Sooners are a big question mark now. Let's see how we do in Dallas. Well, Storm, I would respectfully disagree because I've come around on this point. I thought we were screwed at first, and now I realize that obviously the Kent State game will be a win with Michael Hawkins. If they lose to Texas with Michael Hawkins, that's really not that big a deal because there was a chance they were going to lose to Texas with Mateer anyway. I mean, ultimately, we're talking about Oklahoma needing to be really 10-2, maybe 9-3 to get into the playoff. And so the loss to Texas isn't the end of the world. The question is, do we get him back the following week? And there is some reason to believe that might be the case. So I just don't know that Mateer's injury, considering that he's going to be back, I mean, that's going to happen. Our defense is so legit that it should win some games for us, you know? And, you know, first of all, you just never know, man. They might not miss a beat at all with Mike Hawkins. I mean, truly, with that defense. So, anyway, regardless, I just don't think it makes a huge difference. You know, I think they're going to be just fine. The real question is, how much better can the defense continue to get? Because if the defense can continue to get better.
Well, y'all probably lose to Kent State this week, so.
Yeah, well, and that's going to be a win regardless.
Kent State would win.
We're getting our best wide receiver back, and we're getting one of our starting cornerbacks from last year back as well.
Hey,
Eli coming back and Giovanni Gibbs back.
If Mateer's back and healthy for that homecoming game in Tuscaloosa.
Whatever, dude. Shut up with your homecoming game.
That's going to be a hell of a quarterback duel, right? Mateer versus Simpson, man. Can you see the headlines on that one?
Well, that will be a good game. I mean,
that could be whoever wins that game could win the Heisman.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So let's see here. Yeah, so there's a good chance that Mateer will be back for that South Carolina game. And if he's not back for South Carolina, I think he's definitely back for Ole Miss. So, you know, I don't know that South Carolina I'm as worried about South Carolina as I was before the season, seeing how they played this year. So, you know.
Texas plays Florida this week. That shit would be funny if Florida upset them down there in the swamp, you know, because they got their backs against the wall. They could come out swinging. Florida's got a good defense now. They'll keep them in their game for a little while. till they get tired because the offense keeps throwing 15 picks a game. So,
well, it's all going to come down to Arch. You know, he was big and bad with that Sam Houston guy, but let's see what he does because it's in the swamp, isn't it?
yeah.
I think it's
It would
in
be
the
a
swamp.
big win. It would be a win that could get Billy Napier, could maybe save his job even.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. And, you know, I mean, man, I said this on your show before the season started that, hey, what happens if Texas limps into the OU to the Red River Shootout 3-2, and instead of 5-0, like the Sooners come in. And man, I still feel like I'm expecting that.
So what's going to happen if Arch Manning meets the same fate that Mateer did with Florida racking his ass? And who's Texas's backup quarterback? Because I don't know.
Well, that's a great point because I don't know that they have a good backup.
And
I
their
think that
backup wouldn't get a chance to, get his feet wet like Hawkins. Hawkins has got a whole week this week to prepare, and he gets to play Kent State.
Yep.
Now, they don't get to play Kent State. They get to play Florida.
Yeah.
And while Florida sucks right now, I mean, they're apt to just up and bite you. Last year they started out rough and ended up winning 6 games in a row last year or something. So
That's exactly right.
I mean, that's Billy Napier's MO. So that would really suck if Arch Manning wasn't playing in that game. That wouldn't be a good thing for Texas, I don't think.
No, that's gonna be
I don't like wishing injury on people, but the way Texas people reacted to that injury to John Mateer and Auburn people, that's like, that shit's gonna come back and bite y'all, man.
Yeah, it is. Hell yeah, it is. Yeah,
But,
Hawkins supposedly Colby. So Colby says Hawkins can run, but I don't know about his deep ball. Well, here's the thing. Supposedly the word out of camp was that Michael Hawkins had just as many spectacular throws deep, if not more, than Mateer. That's what I've heard. I don't know if that's real or not, but supposedly the deep ball is one of the things that he was impressing people with in camp. So take that for what it's worth.
What game was it that got Hawkins benched and put Jackson Hall back in?
South Carolina game.
South Carolina. Yeah.
He had 3 turnovers right away. They were down 21-0 in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Who started the Texas game? Was it Hawkins?
Yes.
How did he do against Texas?
I think he played the whole game against Texas.
What was the score of that game?
It didn't go well. It didn't go well.
Well, I mean, he was sort of thrown into the fire anyway. He was really young.
He was a true freshman. And he, now he did win the Auburn game, and he had a great run in the beginning of that game for a touchdown. He's got good running skills. He's a big kid, man. He's gotten even bigger at Oklahoma. So he's not little. He's kind of like Jalen Hurts. He looks like Jalen Hurts to me.
The worst thing that could have happened to Texas in this injury situation, like I said, is the fact that he gets to play Kent State. So he gets to sort of work his way into the offense without being thrown into a huge game.
Yeah. It really is perfect because he gets a bye week first, so he can spend the bye week just building chemistry with his receivers. Then he plays Kent State in the warm-up where he actually gets to test out that chemistry in real game time against real competition.
He's not playing an SEC school like Texas.
Right. He's playing at home, playing a powder puff. Kent State is not good at football.
That might have been a huge misstep by the people that done Texas's schedules.
Well, the only thing
Oklahoma gets Kent State before Texas, and Texas gets Florida before Oklahoma.
It's the only break that we got when it comes to the schedules. If you compare them side by side, that's the only break we got. But I'll take it.
Might be the break that you need. I mean, because that would be pretty epic. That would really be a poke in the eye if they got beat by your backup quarterback.
Well,
that would be a poke in the eye.
If Oklahoma wins with Michael Hawkins, particularly if Michael Hawkins looks pretty good and Arch looks pretty bad, that'll really that'll make Oklahoma believe that they can do it.
That's right.
And that goes a long way. I just feel like that could be the galvanizing thing that this team needs, so that they can bring John Mateer back and not rush it. That's the only thing that I worry about, is that I don't want to rush it.
It could also be a situation where Hawkins gets some valuable reps, and next year, when he's the starter, he's going to light some people up. So,
yeah.
And it's going to be everybody's ass except for Alabama.
Yeah. As it turns out, he will have started 2 Texas games when he becomes the official, starter for OU. He will already have 2 starts in the Red River Shootout. So that'll really help him next year.
Storm 4601 says, yes, but can Hawkins juke 2 tackles and throw it like John? Is he good throwing the ball on the run?
That's what we got to see, because that's the thing. That's why I've said on record that even if Hawkins is works out, it's still going to be a step down, because I just don't know that, part of what makes John Mateer the gamer that he is that he's got, a few years of experience under his belt. And so I think Mike Hawkins can be that kind of quarterback eventually, yes. Will he be that this year? Certainly not the level John Mateer is. I just don't see it.
All right. Well, hey, brother, I'm going to have to cut it short because I got some company that showed up.
All right, man.
But I appreciate you taking the time to be on here with me again.
Yeah, man.
Maybe one day I'll be able to pay you. Maybe I'll be able to pay you a little something to be on here.
No, man. It was a good win tonight. Glad to see Bama back in the throne against Georgia.
Well, it feels good to have something to look forward to, because if we'd lost tonight, it would have been probably a dreary season for me. But looks like we're back, at least for a little while.
That's right.
The 2 Crimson Nations ride again, and Boomer Sooner and Roll Tide, right?
Yeah, man. Boomer Sooner and Roll Tide roll. It's looking like things are all working out the way we wanted it to.
That's right.
That homecoming matchup is going to be special.
That's right. Homecoming, baby. Homecoming.
All right, man. Take it easy.
All right, later, brother. That was Killer Breeze, the consummate Oklahoma Roughneck. Y'all have any more questions before I get up out of here? Denison says, good night, Jesse. Wish you well. Appreciate it, brother. Need all the good wishes I can get right now. By the way, if y'all want to donate to the show, I cannot get super chats or anything like that. They demonetize my channel for resharing Charlie Kirk videos. So if you want to donate to me and help me out a little bit to curb those censors out there that don't want me talking about Charlie Kirk, you'll see it down here in the bottom scroll somewhere. It'll come across here in a little bit after you see some of my people that have donated to the show, as far as like that right up there. And that sign right there, both from my sponsors at the bottom. You can donate to the show with Cash App, JPC316, also on Venmo, JPC316. KMCA to all the other teams. Class is now dismissed.